Okay, so this is map 3, this is Dorado. The winner of this map goes to Atlanta. Is this for real? Is this comp for real? Let's find out, I guess. No, they're on offense. I always get blue and red mixed up for some reason. Pretty straightforward comp from Splyce. No deviation from the standard current meta picks.
That's like a source of just like lingering regret. And it's like never had a pinata, but yeah, you can explode them. You get candy, and they just got exploded right there.
There's nothing inside.
Yeah, it's like they heard me, Dan. But yeah, we're getting in here.
Is he gonna run on this May? I hope not.
Shrugger on the Reaper, Shane on the Reinhardt, Pure once more in Zen, Sickness on Zarya, Ninja Nick on Lucio.
It's a weird comp to me, I think, on offense from them. They're running like McCree. I probably would have preferred Tracer here, but I guess it's not the worst. It's just they have to make this Genji Winston do work at the beginning of the map for them to do well, I would say.
But McCree and pretty standard stuff coming out from the offense.
What's the matter?
Happy, I have to say, to see Emong just jumping to the Tracer, because I saw him from McCree for a while, and I really do like the Tracer, especially if you have a very even situation mechanically. Of course, we saw in your timing previously.
Oh yeah, so Emong switches actually, just goes Tracer like I said. I don't like the McCree there, because like you don't have a Reinhardt to shoot behind, and Tracer's just more mobile, and if you're running like an overly mobile strat with like Winston and Genji, you might as well just go all in with it.
Defend, 6v6 again, so that one Tracer can make all the difference.
It definitely can. I will say this though, Iman will have his hands full.
Like if you overload the McCree, you can just win the game right here, kind of. Because like McCree has to kill all of these heroes at this point. So like right here, Rob Wiz hits like 2 or 3 shots. Alright, they just need to kill Clockwork. Yeah, Clockwork is just dead, and that should just be enough for them to win, actually. You hit a few headshots on Clockwork there, and the Winston finishes them off, and then suddenly they don't have anything to deal with Emong or Rob Wiz. Like, taking Flashbang out of the game is actually so huge, and just taking away the threat of the long-range headshots is ginormous. Like a pretty straightforward push. That was like best case scenario, I guess. Because Rob Wiz goes over the top and then hits like 2 or 3 headshots on Clockwork. Like if he didn't hit headshots, maybe Clockwork lives. But it literally came down to that Genji hitting a couple shurikens, and that just won them the entire point.
But in general, McCree is the check on Tracer, and the fact that they took
this comp from Splyce is pretty good. They switched out the Zarya for the Winston because they need the high ground. And I guess he wasn't close at all to Black Hole anyway. But now Selfless has all of these ults.
That was just beautiful, and this is going to be the very awesome dynamic that is probably quite unsolved at this point.
So this is smart from Splyce. They're going to take the cart fight, which they should. They dropped the beat, I guess, to like get more space on the fight. Or just to like give them more room to play. But it's not that bad. They only dropped the beat at that point. But Brad comes in and saves them with trans there. Yeah, that was good. It almost didn't work out, but I think that he double stickied the tank, so he only got 1 tank kill. If you're Selfless right now, though, you're kind of okay with that trade because you just got Splyce to pop both of their ults. I think that was kind of a mistake. Like, I don't know if Ninja Nick actually needed to drop the beat there. I think they could have just held the top of the bridge, and like they could have even suicided on the cart and tried to gotten kills without drop the beat. But Selfless is in a pretty decent spot right here as long as they deathball the cart. Like if anyone gets picked off right now, it's not good. Alright, so Shrugger hits a massive... So Shayna's Ghost actually died, but he got like a fucking 3 or 4 man Earth Shatter off, and that just wins them this entire hold. They don't show Shayna's Ghost hitting that Earth Shatter, but I think 4 people are on the ground there, and Shrugger just hits Q and kills all of them.
Beautiful stuff there. That was so
and it kind of resets that ult advantage, because Selfless dropped the beat there to like take that fight, but it got instantly dealt with by Shayna's Ghost. So now Selfless is like kind of scared, because they don't have their Dragon Blade anymore. They switched off the Genji, and now they're like flustered. But they're running this comp now that doesn't really make sense to me, Selfless. Like, I think that the comp that they had at the beginning of the game was the best comp that they could have right now. Like, look at Clockwork. Clockwork's just gonna sit up here, man. Like, they have no one that can deal with him. Clockwork can just sit up here for the entire duration of the fights. Like, there's no one on Selfless that can kill him. Or, like, even get in his face. He's super cocky here. He probably should have died to Emong there, but It works out, I guess.
And this should be a hold from deep.
Clockwork can just sit up here. He doesn't have to fall. He can just
I have to
do whatever
say,
the hell he wants.
You really hit the nail on the head there. Look at, I mean, we've been spectating Clockwork. The amount of free frags and free damage that he's been getting has really been absolutely massive. And
Just get the high ground, get the high ground, get the high ground. Selfless kind of bones themselves here. Like, they still need... They should just run Winston Genji. I don't know why they switched. Like, Rob Wiz felt like the Genji wasn't doing anything, but was it really the Genji's fault that he got Earth Shattered? Like, they lost the fight because of an Earth Shatter, not because of their comp, and I think that that was the mistake that they made mentally, is they thought, like, oh, our comp's not working, but it was never their comp. It was literally just the fact that Shayna's Ghost hit, like, a 4-man Shatter and fucked their entire push. But look at them, like, what are they going to do here? Like, how do they deal with this high ground? They're going to, like, push this back room and, like, what? Sugar just, like, dodged that. Okay, they don't actually show this on the camera until the end, like you see it in the play of the game. This was a set play. I'm sure it was a set play. But, like, this should never happen in a match, I guess. Like, you don't anticipate this. I think Selfless actually doesn't deserve this team fight. I think that they won it because of this high noon. But in, like, theory, I don't know if it should have worked. It was bizarre that it worked, though. Like, you don't anticipate a 4-man high noon. I don't care what team you're on, or like you can't plan for that. And they actually would have lost if that high noon didn't get like 4 people. That was just a really good play from Emong, or like a lucky play, I guess. But it works out and it gets them the point, even though they didn't run any high ground heroes. I think that their comp was actually super bad, but it didn't matter because of one big high noon. Yeah, it was a set play. They pushed like 5 people into that room and then they let the McCree go in the back and nobody scouted the McCree. It was cool. I like it. I can get behind it. But they should just be pushing the cart right now. They have Black Hole, they have Transcendence, they have... If the defense is just camping top bridge, is meta to push around the right side. It's kind of hard to push around the right side is the thing. Like, because the only way to get on the left side to the cart, you like have to wind up going behind it or like through the church, and it's not ideal. What's good for Splyce here is that Ninja Nick still has dropped the beat. Otherwise, they're kind of in a shitty position right here. How do you deal with that? You're supposed to like switch a comp that can like get like bridge high ground and like take a fight up in their face. So yeah, here, this was good because Ninja Nick had his ult. And then they can get in with Sugar, and Sugar just runs at them and shoots shotguns, and they just kill everything. That goes back to not using your double support ults. Like, you can do a lot with a speed boost and 2-drop the beat, as you can see right there. Like, now Selfless has to go back to the drawing board for a little while because they don't have their Black Hole anymore, they don't have their Death Blossom, and they actually don't have anything. Like, they have to wait until their ults are back up. Splyce can kind of sit here and take trades because their spawn's pretty close to the point. So Emong's gonna push in here with high noon. I don't like Dak's positioning here. Like, he's not with his team at all now. And they're just playing without a Lucio because their Lucio's like trying to like back cap the cart or some shit. That was a really good bubble actually by Michael 3D. He just saved his McCree's life or his Reaper, whatever that was. I think that was Rob Wiz on Reaper.
Is this the moment for Selfless to shine? It's back and forth.
The Transcendence will be popped. That's going to make a big difference right there. But they aren't working with their
everyone's just kind of hitting Q. Like, just a lot of Qs are being hit right here. They never dealt with Clockwork and they never dealt with Shrugger. So like, I feel like they should have won that fight if they grouped a little harder. But I didn't really like that Black Hole from Michael 3D because I don't know that he actually got much with it. Like, I think he got 3 people, but he didn't have his team there to follow it up. They're kind of like pressed for time now. Like, this is where the game gets kind of crazy because all they have to do is get the cap to the end. But this is one of the hard, like, Dorado is one of the hardest maps for offense, I think, in the game. Like, I don't know why teams let Dorado, like, and this is a set play. They just run this Mei wall and like boost their entire team over a Mei wall. But like, is it really worth it? Like, was that Mei wall really that good? Like, do you get anything out of it? Like, look at Juvenile right now. He wants to hit Earth Shatter, but like, half your fucking team's dead. Why are you Earth Shattering? He just dropped Earth Shatter for nothing. Like, there was never going to be follow up there. They had lost 3 people.
now for Selfless.
I think Selfless is boning themselves, like they're panicking again.
I don't know. But looks like Lucio will get away.
I think that was just a mistake from Juvenile. I don't know why he shattered there. Like, there were already 2 deaths. I mean, it was a cool play, but yeah, it didn't work. I mean, it would have been cool if they just ran it at the beginning or something. But now they're just stuck on this Mei. I'm like, what's this Mei gonna do? When Ninja Nick pops up the beat, I don't hate it because it's just safe, you know? Like, if he gets, like, he hears the high noon, just pop drop the beat. Then pure pops Transcendence to ensure it. There's no real way to lose here, I guess, if you're, like, there's no losing situation here for Splyce because, like, if they pop the ults, it doesn't really matter because, like, worst case scenario, Selfless cap in overtime, and you're not really scared of overtime. Like, you know that you can complete the map, or like you expect that you should be able to complete the map. So like, yeah, their Shane is Ghost hitting like a 4-man Earth Shatter. Then Sugar hits Q and GG. But they're still not showing Imang's like 4-man High Noon here, and I think it like pissed me off when I was watching it. Because I just kind of wanted to see it, you know? Like, how does that even happen? Blah blah blah. How did he do that? Why did the McCree get 4 kills without the camera on him?
There's so many problems along the way as well after that first point. Again, that middle phase by the Church can often offer a lot of problems for the defensive team. You can see so many situations where they have to collapse from the high ground.
It's just really hard to push. Like, people don't talk about it, but the nerf or like the buff to defensive respawn timers like really made some maps very, very difficult to end on. Like this being one of them. Like, you have to take almost like a perfect fight on these maps, because if you don't kill everyone at the same time, like they trickle in, and they trickle in with like better respawn timers, and they're closer.
I'd imagine that they would recover from that pretty flawlessly.
What?
As far as seeing the compositions of both teams right now, is there anything that you're expecting?
But Splyce is running the same thing that Selfless ran, and Selfless is running a defensive tracer for some reason. I think that defensive tracer like has a place on some maps like Numbani, but I don't know if I agree with it on this map. It's a little weird. I'd rather like a Winston or, I don't know, a McCree. Why would you not run a McCree?
Left click after left click. He was playing Duck Hunt while everyone else in the game was playing Overwatch, and you just can't let a McCree.
Like, not having a McCree is kind of hard.
Have that degree of freedom. And if Selfless does lose this map, I think they're going to go look back at that and be, you know what? We should have done something different.
Yeah, I mean, I think in theory you should be taking like one fight to try to force ults, and then one fight to blow your own ults. Like, trade a Dragon Blade for a Transcendence if you can, and then go in with like a Black Hole into Death Blossom or something. But yeah, I'm making it sound super simplistic, but this defensive tracer is super risky.
And the opposition Selfless will start to be aware that there is a Genji in play, and they should be aware of all the possibilities there. But actually, it's going to be a forward push as I guess the best offense is a good defense here, as Selfless trying to make it
This is like not the play at all, honestly. Like, there's no reason to do this.
This is backfiring horrifically right now for Selfless.
Team, all right. I want to just point something out. I think Envious did this once. They like ran this comp where they just like decided to spawn camp, or like they tried to spawn camp to like take a fight at the bottom of the ramp and then take another one at the fountain. Like, you can't let the cart get that far. The good news for Selfless is that they traded. Like, Imang got a few kills on the way out. So assuming he lives here, he's in a decent enough position because he killed Shane pretty late, and they had already killed Pure at the beginning. So if Selfless can get back to the fight, they can fight on the fountain again. But I don't know why they would think that that push was a good idea without a McCree, or like, I don't know. It's just risky. Like, I understand that you need to full hold. Like, that kill on Rob Wiz and then that kill on Dak are so staggered, like so staggered that there's absolutely no fucking way for Selfless to even hold the fountain now. Like, if they try to come in here to fight the fountain, they're just gonna get mowed down. Like, they can't push in here. They don't have a Lucio and they don't have a Reaper. So like, now they're just feeding. Like, they're so desperate right now. Like, this isn't a play. This is like throwing. If you're Splyce here, you're in pretty good control of the game. Like, just get your Transcendence. I don't know why Clockwork switches here, though.
That's going to be their one saving grace, because it's going to be sound barrier to at least mitigate the blunt of this Dragon Blade. that's going to be coming in here in just a moment. But
I feel like that comp was rolling. You just keep rolling. Teams keep doing this. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not the worst. But now your only high ground is the Genji.
I think might make this more winnable for Selfless.
I think you need more high ground than just a Genji.
It's cool to see Clockwork with the switch from Tracer to McCree there, and of course we saw so much value in this stage on the defense from his McCree and Shrugger.
Yeah, that fight was good.
With that Dragon Blade looking for the perfect moment, just harassing, being.
I mean, but it was them throwing, right? Like it wasn't like that wasn't like a crazy Splyce play. Like that was like Selfless, like deciding that they were gonna push their entire team into your spawn. Shrugger has no idea what's on his screen right now. He's just swinging. Doesn't work out for him, I guess, because they both pop Transcendence. I think both teams pop Transcendence at the same time. Both teams drop the whole or Black Hole at the same time. That was weird. Like both teams literally just drop Black Hole and Transcendence at the same time. Or no, Pure didn't drop Transcendence. They're still okay, I guess.
But it didn't really save them, and that's where there's a problem here.
But Sickness dropped Black Hole.
Looking for those skulls. They're popping right out.
This is actually a really good play from them. Yeah, that was really good.
That's the first pick here for the side of Selfless, but Shane moving right back in, 5v5. Shrugger in the back line doing some work.
I think Selfless gets so flustered, man. It's crazy. Look at this shit. They're so flustered. They like lose all their composure. They like get so overwhelmed by what just happened. Like, okay, let's talk, I guess.
And we saw what he can do with that.
So like, I don't know why Selfless decides that they want to spawn camp after the cart's already halfway up the ramp. And then not only do they spawn camp, they don't spawn camp with their whole team. They like trickle in like 1 or 2 players. And then like Dak and RobWiz die. So like they just gave up the first point for free for no reason, which is okay. I mean, like it's not okay, it's awful, but like okay, we'll move past that, right? And then second point, they pop Sickness drops Black Hole, and then Chili has to pop Transcendence, and then Shrugger drops Dragon Blade. Like that's fine. Black Hole Dragon Blade combo gets countered by the Transcendence. But then like they just start losing their minds actually. Like Imang goes up and tries to flank from up top while the cart's pushing, so like nobody's on the ground to fight with the cart. Replay what? Or replay what? Oh, Brad ulted? I remember thinking that it was bad at the beginning. Like, why did Pure ult there? But, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, like, right here. Like, Pure has ult, and then you're like, why does he not have ult anymore? Yeah, I remember. I remember watching it live and thinking to myself, like, oh my god. Because they could have, you guys could have won faster if he didn't ult, actually. It's like here, Imang doesn't know what to do. His Reinhardt's not even there. His Reinhardt charges in, I guess, to like try to mess up the thing. Was that a panic ult? I don't think that was a panic ult. I mean, it was a panic ult, but it was good. Like, if you die there, do you guys hold? I don't know. That's fine. I think I thought you popped it later when I watched it back. But yeah, Shayna's Ghost hits another fat Earth Shatter here, and it just wins them the fight. That Transcendence was pretty good, because if he died, I don't know that they win. I mean, it's hard to tell, right? You don't really know what would have happened, but it worked. This Shrugger, man, so cocky here. He's like spawn camping them and shit. Doesn't give a fuck. That's fine though, because he gains cart time. He doesn't really lose anything, because he still has Dragon Blade. No, it was good, because you would have died to the high noon, and if you died to the high noon, I don't know that your team lives, because like you would have been down both healers, and then yeah, you would have probably lost.
Because right now, Splyce is a mere 1-team fight away from doing it and taking that great trip down.
And we're gonna see right now.
I thought you popped it later when I was watching it the first time, but when I watched it there, it makes more sense. Look at them respecting the shit out of this hind. I would have probably popped that actually, because he probably could have killed the thing. That's actually such a sad play from Juvenile there. Alright, they're panicking so hard. They keep panicking. They panicked on Numbani, and they're panicking here. And like, they just popped Transcendence. Like, you lost your Reinhardt. You're fucking dunzos, guys. Like, just pop Transcendence and just die on the card, I guess. Because, like, you can get back to spawn, I think, if you speed boost out with Dak. Like, the card's probably not going to cap if you all die right now. But like now you just dropped everything. What are you gonna do right now? Hit Clockwork, man. You're just sitting up here, shooting shit. Not only did they just pop 2 defensive ults, but they like got wiped anyway. They needed to drop the beat there to save the Reinhardt, or the Transcendence to save the Reinhardt, but neither of them worked. But Splyce can just go in right now. This is a bizarre Transcendence, actually. I don't know who's alive right there. You guys like counter ult, like you guys like counter try to throw there. Like Shane's goes to the good Earth Shatter, and then Juvenile like takes Shane on a joyride across the map, and then they don't have any defense here. But I think Shane's Ghost had already hit a really good Earth Shatter, so it's fine. But like that was enough for them to win. This is bizarre. This is a very bizarre fight. I think you could see Selfless like kind of not knowing how to react to some of the things in this game though, because like when Dak died the first time, they panicked and they lost. They actually could have won Numbani, I think, really easily if they had not panicked. And even here, I don't know if they could have won, but they could have done better. I mean, you guys had held them, so like all you had to do was finish the map. So you guys played this pretty well, but yeah. That was just good. I mean, but they made so many mistakes, actually. I mean, both teams make mistakes, but I think that their mistakes were so much more blaring. It was, like, very... Like, you can see them through the... Yeah, it wasn't a bad trans. I just didn't... You couldn't tell from the camera angle, like, who was next to you or whatever. Like, I couldn't tell if you would... Like, look at this. Look at that shit. How does that even happen? And that's the only... That right there is actually the only reason why they won that point. Like, I don't think that they would have won that point if that didn't happen. And like, what are the odds of that happening? So, I mean, that's Overwatch for you, though. But yeah, GG's to Splyce. That was that. They move on to Atlanta, and we're done here.